we ready to go?
Yeah.
Now that we got our hot chocolate?
Yeah. It's too hot. I can't drink it.
All right, so then let's do a lesson, and then we can drink it after the lesson. How about that?
It burns my lip when I do that.
All right, so today we're talking about the volume of spheres. All right, spheres are different from cones, cylinders, pyramids, and prisms because they don't have any what? What don't spheres have?
Edges.
Edges is one of them.
Corners.
Not corners. Edges and corners are kind of the same thing.
Bases.
Bases and one more. Faces. All right, and they're perfectly symmetrical. All right, they don't have any edges. They don't have any edges, bases, or faces, and they're perfectly symmetrical. Perks.
What is that word?
Which one?
Faces.
Edges, bases, faces, symmetrical.
Okay, you only get hot chocolate if you do need handwriting.
Well, I already got my hot chocolate.
I'm scared of my hot chocolate.
How are you scared of?
All right.
That's why you just do it. Yeah. And then you get second-degree burns on your mouth.
All right, so if a hemisphere and a cylinder have the same height and radius, the area of the base is pi times radius squared. We knew that, right?
Yeah.
That's how we find the area of a circle. And it says, however, we can tell that the hemisphere has a rounded bottom, which contains, is that going to be more or less volume than a cylinder? More or less here, what do you think?
More.
Or just this?
That's less.
Less. It's going to contain less volume than the cylinder. All right, exactly 2/3 less. All right, so make note of that 2/3 right there. Exactly 2/3 less than the volume of a cylinder. The volume of a cylinder, how do we find that? What's our formula? Do you remember?
That is pi times r times.
Maddie, I think you forgot.
We're close. Pi, r, what do we do to r?
R squared.
R squared, and then one more thing for the whole cylinder.
Times.
That's our base. So if we just found the area of this base, what do we have to multiply it by?
5.
Just 5 every time?
No, 3.
It's not a number.
But
The height.
What is this, like algebra?
We multiply it by the height.
V.
I didn't sign up for
Yeah, I didn't sign up for this either. I signed up for the special.
I'm going to come tip all your hot chocolates over.
You guys
All right.
complaining.
I thought we were going to be happy today.
I don't even know what's going on.
I'm just on blast up here.
This is hard algebra. Yeah.
Now we can tell all our friends that we do the hardest math in school.
Technically, that is true.
All right, so pi times radius squared is the area of our base, and then we have to multiply it by our height. All right?
I don't get algebra. I'm not smart for this. That's why I'm in this class.
Dude, let's just... Oh.
Algebra right now. This is a circle. Exactly.
The circle we didn't even learn this yet. Wait, it ain't even a circle. It's a sphere.
This is
I'm
a
small.
sphere, not algebra.
Oh.
No, it's a sphere. It's a complete circle.
I don't know if we're going to be able to do hot chocolate.
It's a sphere. That's an orange slice. It's just literally half.
All right, let's take a second. Let's collect.
He's over there. Take like 10 seconds. He's over there dying.
I'm gonna tip all your hot cocos over.
I got jokes.
All right. Let's try and get back on some kind of track.
Okay, but why are we doing algebra? I agree.
All right.
Sorry about
Here
that.
we go. All right, take 2. This is gonna be a fun video to watch
Yeah,
back.
you like those like Mario punching stars. So you can hit it
All right.
and it goes, "Yoom."
So you should already know this down. I don't know.
It doesn't like rainbow thing. It's like do.
All right, I'm just shoving on here. All right.
All right, let's focus.
So he said exactly 2/3 less than the volume of a cylinder is a hemisphere. So if this is our formula for the volume of a cylinder, what do we have to do to find the volume of a hemisphere?
I don't know. I don't know.
Multiply.
Time out. It's a foul.
Times by half.
Not by half,
Two-thirds.
by 2/3.
Close enough.
We just take this whole thing, pi radius squared times height, and we multiply it by 2/3 because it's exactly 2/3 less than the volume of a cylinder. So we take our formula for the volume of a cylinder and we multiply it by 2/3.
If only Caleb was here to see this. Actually, you probably will on the video.
Oh, We'll see if you-
I mean, does he watch the videos?
Caleb.
all right. Now it says because we know that the radius is the measurement from the center to any edge, we can rename the height of the hemisphere to another what?
Base.
Okay, so if this is my radius right here, what would this be?
I can't see.
That'd be 1/4.
It'd be the height, but what else could that be? Is this the same distance?
Slice.
Is this the same distance from here to here?
Yes.
It would be, right?
Yes.
If we're talking about the radius,
It'd be the same.
it'd be the same. So we can rename our height, our radius. Those are going to be the same in a hemisphere.
Telekinesis.
That's just for the hemisphere, okay?
Okay, so what do we write?
Radius.
How could Mr. Miller drink his hot chocolate like that? I would be dead by now from that. That's
Alright.
some burns.
So now, if in this formula we change height to radius, how many radiuses do we have? What do we do to our radius?
Times it.
Is it warm or cold?
Multiply.
Okay, so let me ask you this. How could I simplify this?
By multiplying.
What's that going to be simplified?
It's going to be 2 R.
Not 2 R's. How many R's do we have altogether? If this is 2 R's and this is 1 R.
3.
So we can just write it like this, R cubed.
Close.
Okay with that?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna let the hot chocolate.
So now our new volume formula for the hemisphere is pi times radius cubed times 2/3. See where that comes from?
Yep. Should I bring hot chocolate on the last day of school?
Don't we have a half day on the last day?
Yeah.
Let's worry about that when that gets a little closer.
Mr. Scott won't even be here.
Oh yeah. We gotta do it on the last day. Of Mr. Scott's day.
When do you leave?
Mr. Scott, just come back on the last day and teach
Yeah.
us
Yeah.
Just one more time.
Yes.
All right. We'll see if we can work something out there.
No, Mr. Scott needs to bring us McDonald's on the last day. Yes.
I got something going on that day. I can't make it.
He's not made of money.
All right.
He looks like
Alright.
he's got that slick back hair.
That equals money.
Yeah, it even says in the Darwin Gumball show. It says slick back hair plus money equals the whole world.
Well, I got one of those things.
Scott. He went Scott.
Scott.
All right. So let's just keep chugging here. We've already had enough fun today. Alright. What did you put in this hot chocolate, Landon? All right.
We're gonna have about 3 minutes to work on your
So how much bigger is a whole sphere than a hemisphere? If this is 1/2, this would be double the size, right?
Yes.
So the volume of a sphere would be 2 times this whole thing, right? This is the volume of our hemisphere. To find a sphere, we'd have to take this times 2.
Is that a 3 or a 2 on the line?
3.
That's 2/3.
This is 2/3. All right, but how can we simplify this? What's 2/3 times 2?
Well, that is 4/6.
Not 4/6. What's 2/3? We'll do it over here. Times 2/1.
That's 4/3.
This would be 4/3. So we can simplify this. Our volume formula for a sphere is going to be pi times radius cubed times 4/3. All right, so that's how we're going to figure out.
I hope this is not homework.
It is.
Uh,
All right, we're gonna do a couple practice ones on the back. Caleb.
You just missed the most.
Mr. Milburn started crying. She was laughing so hard.
And you missed the hot chocolate.
Yeah, you don't get hot chocolate.
All right.
Why didn't you go on before you got here? You have 2 minutes or I'm gonna mark you tardy.
But he gave you pink.
All right.
What are you doing?
All right. So on the back, we have a sphere, and it says our radius is 2 inches, and it gives us our formula right here. So if we struggle at any time, check back to it. You guys might want your calculators for this.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
I just sat down.
You said on your
Use your iPad.
I don't got. I'm just gonna phone. Don't
Alright.
make me say
You
it.
can't use your phone. I asked them.
So let's plug in our radius to our formula here. We have V equals 4/3 times 3.14 times, what's our radius?
Our radius would be 2.
It says right here, it's 2, so it's 2 cubed. Now what's 2 cubed?
3 million.
Well, it's 2 times 2 times 2.
2 times 2 times
6.
6.
That's 2 plus 2 plus 2.
Huh? 84.
What's 2 times 2 times 2?
8.
8. Okay.
Times 4 is 8.
All right, so now we have 3.14 times 8. You guys tell me what that is? What's 3.14 times 8?
33.04.
Should be a little less than that.
What?
3.14 times 8.
What? 22.4.
25.
Algebra all year.
3.14 times 8.
It's going to be 25.12.
I was close. I said
Right?
22.
You guys can use your calculators here. So maybe you just punched something in wrong. 3.14
4
times 8.
times 8. Oh, okay. 25.
Okay? So now,
Close my head.
to solve this, we're going to take 4/3 multiplied by 25.12 over 1. So what's 4 times 25.12?
Obviously, the bottom's 3. So
Okay, but what's the
that'd
top? Use your calculators, guys.
be- I got some ahead. I'm close.
I'm gonna just let Landon figure out because he said he.
She.
He's gonna start singing the Jurassic World song.
Anybody got an answer? You guys should have your calculators out.
It's 4/3 times.
What's
What are we doing?
4 times 25.12?
got 100.48.
Yep. So it's 100.48 over 3. So now we just got to take that divided by 3.
I did.
Take 100.48 divided by 3
.49333. 999.
equals 33.493 repeating. So that's our answer. That's it. That's all we got to do.
Kira was close.
All right. Kira had it exactly right.
Kira said 333.49.
All right. This is our answer. How are we going to label this?
With inches with the 2 on top.
Cubed, right? We're talking volume, so it's going to be cubed?
Yes.
All right. Let's do this one now. What's our radius going to be? If we're going to have our radius cubed, our radius is 4. So what's 4 cubed?
4 times 3.
It's going to be, remember when we cube something, when we have an exponent, that means we multiply a number by itself that many times. So what's 4 times 4 times 4? What's 4 times 4?
16.
16. What's 16 times 4?
21.
Nope. 16 times 4 is 64. So now we just got to plug that into our formula here. Volume is 4/3 times pi, or 3.14, multiplied by our radius cubed, which we figured out was 64. So what's 64 times 3.14?
Wait, let me do it. I haven't talked.
64 times 3.14.
Was there like any extra chocolate?
200.96.
Yep, so now we have V equals 4/3
I can't see.
times 200.96 over 1.
If you could spit over 2 minutes.
Definitely has.
All right, what's 4 times 200.96 now?
What's next? Workbook?
Yep.
We have like no time for homework. Wait,
That's why we can work in
Yeah.
groups.
What's 200.96 times 4?
803.80.
We already been.
803.84
That was
over
easy.
3. So what's the last thing I have to do, Landon?
All of them.
Times?
Not times.
Simplify.
How? What do we do here?
You multiply it by
By
3.
4/3. No, multiply by half.
We just divide. We take 803.84 divided by 3, and that'll tell us our answer.
Oh, so then it's
It's going to equal 267.94
no. I had 277.
inches cubed
0.94.
is how we label this.
Ah.
All right? What's our formula for a hemisphere? Somebody look back on the other page and let me know.
Close.
Kira says they can't find it.
Survey says
Family Feud. Yeah.
spin the wheel.
What's our formula
Roll.
for a hemisphere?
Formula. If the hemisphere and the
Where's the
area of the
hemisphere?
base equals 3.14 R2. Radius.
Oh, I found it.
It's going to be 2/3 times pi r cubed.
Tardy.
30.
2/3 times pi r cubed.
10 minutes.
All right? What's our radius here?
4.
4. What's 4 cubed?
Then you got your
8.
We just figured out 4 cubed.
That is answer.
Yes.
What is your on algebra?
heads up. You got your hat on.
All right, what's 4 cubed, guys? We just figured that out. 4 cubed was 64, right? 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times 4 is 64. We okay with that?
Yeah.
So now we can just plug that in. It's 2/3 times 3.14 times 64. So what's 3.14 times 64? We just figured that out too. Look back to number 2, guys.
Calculator.
We just did it. You should have it written down for number 2.
Wouldn't it be 100? No.
We just
200.96.
200.96. We just did it, guys. So now we got to take 200.96 times 2.
That'd be 449.
49.
Yeah.
What it?
Yes.
Check your calculators.
I don't know. I was guessing Maddie. So.
Don't just guess. Use your calculators. Why would we guess when we have our calculators?
200
Yeah.
plus 200 is 400, and 96 plus 96.
It's not 49.
Use your calculators, guys. What is it?
It's 300. No, it's 500.
Maddie, we don't play
I don't even know
49
what
this
we're
year.
multiplying by.
401.92. 2 times 200.96.
It's 500 and.
It's 401.92.
101.92.
What about the 96? Never mind. Give up.
All right, look. 200.96 times 2.
I give up.
All right. 0.96 times 2 is 1.92. 200 times 2 is 400. So now the last thing we have to do is divide this by what? What do we divide by here?
3.
3. So it's 401.92 divided by 3. Use your calculators.
33.97, then it's just 3.
33.97. What do we label that, Landon?
Squared inches.
Not squared.
Centimeter, and then square.
Centimeters and not squared.
The 3.
Cubed. Centimeters cubed. All right. You guys all have your workbooks? Caleb, you need your workbook?
Oh yeah, never mind.
All right, let's go to page 248.
Is this actually algebra?
A little bit.
Are you kidding me? So this whole other time, when we're supposed to be doing this easy math, or this hard math,
This is
they
not
got-
hard, guys. You guys have all done this before. You just tell yourself it's hard and then you panic.
I can't.
shook me.
All right. In 246, we're reviewing what we talked about yesterday, the distributive property. So let's do the first one together. I would keep that, Asia. We got more of those going forward. All right. So let's do this one together, and then you guys can do the last 5. How do we distribute again? What do we do?
You do 5 times A plus 5 times 2, and then your answer is the answer.
So we have 5 times A plus 5 times 2. What's 5 times A?
5 times A is 5A.
It's 5A. What's 5 times 2?
10.
10. So it's 5A plus 10. All right. So try those last 5.
We should watch Trying to Laugh 2006.
I don't think we'd be very good at that.
No, I don't think it would make it past the first video.
They would all start laughing. Brandon would do something.
No, I'll show you later, Asia.
All right. Get to work, guys. Get to work. We want time for the homework. We gotta get through this quick.
At least it was a fun day today. Like, really fun. Is it -2 times 5? Isn't that just like -10?
Just like.
No, it's just 10.
No, it's not. You're right.
Yeah, -10. I was right. I was in line. I was good. Wait.
This is actually better than last time.
All right. We got 5 problems. So
No.
each of you
Hang on.
is gonna do one of them.
I have one more.
You should watch the Danimals commercial.
All right. Maddie, for number 2, what do we
I
do?
don't understand you two.
-2 plus, or -2 divided by B plus -2 times 5, which ends up being -2B plus -10.
Plus -10 would be good, or just -10 is okay too. All right. Caleb, you on the next one? What do we do here?
3.
Yep, number 3.
2 times 2 is 4. Then plus C is 4C.
All right, we can't combine those. Those aren't like terms, so we're going to distribute. Take 2 times 2, which you said is 4. That's right. And then we have to take 2 times C. So what's just 2 times C?
2C.
It's just 2C, and that's all we can do with that one. All right, that's our answer. We can't combine these. These aren't like terms. All right, Kira, you got number 4? All right, so what do we do?
-7 times D
Plus,
plus -7 times 2.
and what do you get when you do that?
-7D plus -14.
Yep, or it could just be -14, but either of those are okay. Landon, you got number 5?
Okay. First is 2 times M. Then plus 2 times -4, right?
Yep.
And then you make it 2M times or minus -2.
2 times -4 is -2.
Or not, I meant -6. Or 8.
2M minus 8. All right, and Asia, the last one.
What did you do? -5 times 2.
Yep.
And then plus n, plus n.
We got to take 5 times n, right? We got to distribute. So it would be plus -5 times -n. So now what's -5 times 2?
Wouldn't that be
-10.
-10. And what's -5 times -n?
-5n?
What's a negative times a negative? What kind of number?
Positive.
Positive. So it'd be plus 5n. But what do we got to do with this one? What order do we usually write these in?
5n plus -10.
5n plus -10 is better. And we could do that this one too and say 2c plus 4. We okay with the distributive property?
Yeah.
All right, so now on the next page, 249, we already did these two in our notes, so we're just going to do 3 and 4. All right, this one we have a radius of 1. All right, so what's my formula going to look like? Volume is 4/3 times 3.14 times 1 cubed. What's 1 cubed?
Like 1/2.
What's 1 times 1 times 1?
Oh, 3.
1 times 1 times
No,
1.
it's just 1.
It's just 1. So that's 3.4 times 1. What's 3.4 times 1?
3.14.
3.14. So now we just have 4/3 times 3.14 over 1. What's 4 times 3.14? Use your calculators, guys. You guys should be able to do that. I don't think that's asking too much.
Spelled what?
4 times 3.14
12.56.
is 12.56, and that's over 3, so we got to take that divided by 3. What is that? 4.1866666.
Repeating.
4.186. And what's our label here?
Don't you have to put the bar on top of the 6 because it keeps going?
You could do that.
Close, actually. I was pretty close.
What's our label? Landon, what's our label?
CM and 3.
Centimeters cubed. All right. Last one, and then we can get to the homework.
I got 4, 3, and 8, 8.
So you probably just punched something in wrong. All right, let's try number 4 now. What's our radius for number 4?
6.
6
All right, so what's 6 cubed?
12. No, 6. No, 36.
Okay, it's 6 times 6 times 6. So 6 times 6 is 36. But now what's 36 times 6? You have your calculators.
36
216.
It's 216. All right, so now we just plug that in. We have 4/3 times 3.14 times 216. So what's 216 times 3.14?
Can I say this one this time?
Sure.
216 what again?
Times 3.14.
Times 3.14. No, I hit plus. 89424.
Should be
I
678.24.
accidentally hit plus. That's probably why.
All right, and we put that over 1, and we're going to multiply it by 4/3 now. So now we got to take 678.24 times 4. It's going to be a big number. 4 times 678.24.
2,712.96.
I got 904.36.
Should be 2,712.96. And what do we have to divide that by now? We divide by 3. That's our denominators.
904.32.
So 904.32 is our volume there. What's my label, Asia?
7, yeah. Inches.
Inches. What? Not squared for volume.
Cubed.
Yeah, the 3.
Cubed. Alright? Okay with that?
Wait, is that what it's calculated the game time?
Alright.
Was it homework?
It's homework time.
We only have 18 minutes.
Only.
18 minutes, you should probably be able to.
On Friday,
At least 2.
We should have time after a test for after practice.
My laptop.
Can we open the door? It's kind of fun.
It's kind of hot here.
Y'all are always complaining when it's cold in here, then now it's hot in here.
Well, it is.
Well, if you
We just
were
had
here
hot
at the
chocolate.
beginning of class, you would have heard
I'm
interesting.
sad.
You would have heard some Mario Star things punching.
And the
Theme songs.
Jeopardy.
Alright, get to work, guys. You won't have to do that all at home.
Landon's gonna make like a rap Jeopardy song.
I don't know how to do that, Asia. I'm not that skilled.
talking about football, that's all I know.
That was a long time ago.
I said
Guys, let's drop the side conversation when we get to work.